Breakups are brutal. They tear through the fabric of your identity, leaving you with feelings of rejection, loneliness, and a sense of failure. But here's the thing most people never realize. The very pain you feel now is your greatest asset. If you know how to channel that pain into something powerful, something unshakable, then you'll transform yourself into someone she can't forget. The emotional and mental warfare of a breakup doesn't have to crush you, it can forge you. The no-contact strategy is more than just a way to make her miss you. It's about taking back control over your life and emotions. In fact, no contact is a weapon, but to wield it effectively, you need to understand its deeper implications, its psychology, and its power. 1. Pain. The hidden power you never knew you had. Right now, you're in pain. There's no way around it. Whether she left you or you initiated the breakup, the emotional aftermath is often a massive storm of conflicting emotions. Heartbreak is a gut-wrenching process, and it can feel like the end of everything. But here's the profound truth. Pain is power. Pain is not something you should fear. It's a resource. Every emotion you're feeling, sadness, regret, anger, loneliness, is simply energy. And energy can be transformed into something powerful if you channel it the right way. So, what does that mean practically? Here's what it looks like. 1. Stop numbing yourself. Many men use distractions to avoid the pain. Alcohol, meaningless hookups, social media scrolling, mindless television watching. These activities temporarily mask the pain, but they do nothing to help you heal or transform. They're coping mechanisms that stand ultimately. They leave you in the same place you started. Instead, you need to feel the pain, sit with it, acknowledge it, embrace the discomfort, because within that discomfort lies your ability to grow. 2. Turn your pain into fuel. Think of pain as fuel. Right now, you feel like you've been knocked out, emotionally spent, with no strength left. But remember, pain is a form of energy. If you can harness it, you can become something far stronger. Whether it's hitting the gym, pursuing your career with renewed focus, or getting back into hobbies or passions you've neglected, this is your time to focus on you. Every time you feel the urge to reach out to her, use that moment to push yourself to grow. 3. Pain creates contrast. This is the part of the process that's transformational. Pain contrasts with pleasure, with happiness, and with joy. If you never experienced suffering, you would never know the depth of joy that follows overcoming it. The key is to transmute your heartbreak into your most powerful tool. Use that pain to break down the old you, to shed the parts of you that were holding you back, and to build a new, unstoppable version of yourself. As the famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." What Nietzsche was pointing out is that hardship, when faced head-on, has the potential to forge you into a person of immense strength and resilience. The goal isn't to let the pain break you, it's to use it to rebuild yourself into someone who is not only capable of handling future heartbreaks, but unrecognizable to the version of yourself she left behind. 2. The power of no contact, creating the silent war. Now that you've started shifting your perspective on pain, it's time to talk about the most powerful strategy you can use in your emotional arsenal: no contact. The concept of no contact is deceptively simple. It's the decision to cut off all communication with your ex. No texts, no calls, no social media checking, no indirect messages through mutual friends. But to truly understand the depth of this tactic, we need to explore why it works and how it affects the mind. Why no contact works. 1. It creates an emotional void. When you completely disappear from her life, you create a void. Humans are naturally inclined to seek closure, resolution, and understanding. The absence of something or some creates a void in the mind. This absence can be a powerful trigger in your ex's psyche. She begins to question everything. Why isn't he reaching out? Did he move on? Did I make the wrong choice? This emotional void begins to gnaw at her, making her yearn for closure, something that can only be attained by your presence. 2. It taps into the Zeno effect. The Zeno effect, named after the ancient Greek philosopher Zeno of Elea, is a psychological phenomenon where the mind becomes obsessed with things that are absent or incomplete. The human brain craves closure, resolution, and understanding. When something is taken away abruptly, the mind fixates on it even more. The more absent you are, the more present you become in her mind. 3. It shifts the power dynamic. Right now, the power dynamic in your relationship is skewed. You feel powerless, desperate, and emotionally reactive. But by disappearing, you shift the power back to yourself. You are no longer the one chasing, you've become the one that she has to chase. In doing so, you've created a situation where you control the frame. It's no longer about her having control over you. It's about her realizing she's lost control over you. 4. It forces introspection. The silence forces her to reflect on her own decisions. The more you go silent, the more questions arise in her mind. Did she make the right choice? What does this silence mean? She begins to second-guess her decision, realizing that the man she thought she could walk away from is now out of reach. And that is where the regret begins to set in. 3. The psychology behind no contact. The real power behind no contact is rooted in psychological warfare. To fully appreciate this, we need to dive deeper into the way the human brain operates during a breakup. 1. The role of dopamine and emotional addiction. Breakups trigger a dopamine withdrawal. In the brain, dopamine is often associated with reward and pleasure. When you're in a relationship, especially a passionate one, your brain becomes addicted to the dopamine highs of affection, attention, and emotional connection. But when the breakup occurs, dopamine levels crash, and your brain goes into withdrawal. The absence of dopamine can create a psychological void. This is where the addiction to the relationship becomes apparent. By pulling away, you're triggering a psychological response that reminds her of the high she once had. Now, she wants that feeling again. 2. The power of uncertainty, the push-pull effect. Humans are wired to pursue what's uncertain. In relationships, when everything is predictable, attraction tends to fade. The push-pull effect refers to the attraction that happens when something or someone is both out of reach and unpredictable. By disappearing, you create uncertainty, and uncertainty fuels attraction. The more she wonders about you, the more she starts chasing you, even if it's only mentally at first. This pushes her to question whether she made the right decision, creating cognitive dissonance. 3. Cognitive dissonance and regret. Cognitive dissonance occurs when there is a conflict between what a person believes and what they experience. After a breakup, your ex is left with an emotional contradiction. On one hand, she may have rationalized the breakup as the right decision. On the other hand, her emotions are telling her something different. She'll question whether she made the right choice, especially when you start to improve and evolve without her. She'll wonder, was I wrong to let him go? And that is when the regret sets in. 4. Mastering yourself, the path to personal evolution. The no-contact strategy is not just about playing a game, it's about transforming yourself. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. The key to making the no-contact strategy work is self-mastery. The man you were when the relationship ended cannot be the man you are now. 1. Self-improvement and growth. The most effective use of no contact is not just about ignoring her, it's about improving yourself. The longer you stay in the no contact phase, the more time you have to focus on your goals, physical fitness, mental well-being, and career. Use this time to redefine yourself. Every moment you spend bettering yourself is a moment you are moving beyond her and beyond the version of you she once knew. 2. Emotional mastery. Self-mastery also involves controlling your emotions. It's easy to get caught in the whirlwind of desire, longing, and sadness, but you must choose not to be controlled by these emotions. Instead of obsessively thinking about her, focus on the life you want to build, whether it's pursuing new hobbies, strengthening relationships with friends and family, or moving forward in your career.